Yes, he's here.
Yes, finally. Well,
Finally.
Good morning, everyone, and it's good to be here today. Very hectic out there, really, but we have to just keep doing what we have to do. We're all in a quest to make the country better.
Yes,
so keep doing that a lot.
And it's very important because we don't have any other country.
No, we don't, unless the gentlemen do, but I don't.
Okay, now we'll be looking at the state of the nation, looking at issues surrounding the yet-to-be properly constituted cabinets. And yes, we know who the ministers to be are, and but what really is the situation in the country? We'll look at the economy, we'll look at all of the areas, but let's start with the cabinet. Yes,
indeed, and you know, one of the latest talking points over the week, because it culminated all through yesterday, is the expectation that people have of their entire administration in terms of what they want them to do, how quick they want them to get, and you know, that phraseology we always use, you know, hit the ground running. But yes, they are there. We know who they are, but just waiting until they're sworn in.
But we don't know who
occupy where.
And we were talking about some not having portfolios and some having, so it's okay. But we have two gentlemen in the studios to help us understand more how things are going. We have in the studio a social commentator, Mr. Oscar Omojiwe. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And of course, we have the special advisor on communications and strategy for the Borno State Governor, Mr. Gusau. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, sir.
Now, let me start with you. It's been, some people say it's 5 months, some people say 6 months, but it's been some months since this government came in. And how would you rate the process so far of appointing, you know, a cabinet?
Well, I think one of the major problems with all Nigerians is that we are always in a hurry. We are so much in a hurry, and of course, our being hurry is understandable because things haven't been the way they ought to be. One can understand that. But I think we need to realize that without very good planning, we can hardly achieve what we want. If you look at the previous administrations from 1999 to date, a lot of people rate Eradua very highly because he was able to solve one of the major problems in Nigeria, the Niger Delta, crisis, and then even the electoral reforms. He laid the foundation for the kind of INEC that we have today, and it took Eradua a lot of planning. So we need to know that for us to be where we need to be, there must be good planning. I think what the president, I'm not holding brief for the president, but I think what he wanted to do was to block loopholes, which is very important. Because if you just hit the ground running, you are sworn in today and tomorrow you appoint ministers, whether you like it or not, the civil servants in the system, they know where the loopholes are. Soon as the minister comes, they tell him, oh look, this is what you do, this is what you do to get what. I think what he has been trying to do is to block all these areas. It's not about really identifying who should be minister, in my opinion. I think it's about identifying these loopholes and blocking them. So that by the time the new minister comes in, he would have no option but to work with a new system in place.
Okay. He said Nigerians sometimes can be very impatient. Do you think constituting this cabinet, we are being impatient?
Yeah. I want to agree with him because it is politically correct to agree with him. If we're going to speak the truth, which is not politically correct, we love to blame the victims. Nigerians are now to blame. We're in a hurry. I don't even understand it. Let's take it that it took planning 5-6 months to get ministers. At the end of the day, you didn't get people from Mars and from other planets, the same people we know, and it took 5-6 months to get them. And from what I'm hearing from my friend, they needed to plug the loopholes within the ministries. I do have things to do with the ministries once in a while.
And I have friends who still have things to do with the ministries once in a while. Nobody has come back to say there's any change. The only thing that has happened is that since the beginning of this administration, no capital budget has been disbursed. So nothing capital has been happening. It's just recurrent paying salaries when they can. And after that, nothing else. Nothing is happening. So I don't know what kind of loopholes we're now plugging. I'm aware that the former administration actually started that. They got a number of ghost workers and they saved quite a number of money. And I remember then they were talking about it. It ran into billions then. And these things are going on. It's an ongoing thing. What I am bothered about, and a number of us who are just out there, we don't have access to government houses, but we are called the people. We are bothered about the drama.
What kind of drama?
The Nollywood acting. We need to appoint ministers. First we have a drama. And then we keep up waiting, and then at the end of the day you bring ministers, then they go through another drama in the National Assembly, well, in the Senate. You finish the drama, they come out, then another drama. The senator, the Senate president goes to see Mr. President to present, sir, you know, the list that you sent to us, we've done very well. We've decided to come and bring it to you. What's all that for?
What did you expect?
God, I miss Chuba Kadiwo. He won't go there. For what?
Is it about...
The president sent it to you, send it to him. Can we be business-like? Why do we have to put a personal touch to everything that is unnecessary? What's all the drama for? It bothers me. The nation is there. We're being blamed for being impatient, but we're watching you. Nothing is happening. These ministers are not going to get sworn in till third week in November. Then they'll begin to understand their offices. December is over. Then we start a new year. First of all, they're not going to be part of preparing the budget that is going to the National Assembly. We don't know whether there's one prepared already by the PAMSEX that will go to the National Assembly. We don't know when they're going to pass it. With the kind of drama we're having in the National Assembly, we'll take a recess anytime you want to distract the Senate President. So
your grouse now is the processes.
Yeah,
if I could use that. The processes that it's playing out. You think
my
it's
unnecessary? We are impatient. That's what we're accused of. We are impatient.
No, maybe because the administration is okay,
planning
5 months, and it's with all of the things that the administration said they found out, they needed to put proper things in place and make sure that, you know, all of this, you don't take one step today and, you know, take 2 steps backwards.
There's something called participatory democracy. We have a lot of intelligent Nigerians. Get us involved. What did you see? Tell us this rot that you saw. Let us make suggestions. Make us part of it. You see, let me tell you, we inherited something from the colonial masters. Us and them. And this is us too. We're still us and them. The people and government. Why? Why are we not all one? If you have a problem, let's share it. If it's good, let's share it.
When the president shares a problem, like saying the country is broke, everyone says, oh, how can the president demarket the country?
No. Understand that, please. If Mr. President is on NTA and say, look, let's tighten our belts, we are not rich, all of us will say, Gasikia. If Mr. President goes to another country to make that statement,